Robert here. It is Friday. I have to go to work in a couple of hours. What do you do? I'm working extra. Usually I'm off on Fridays, but working a little bit of an extra five-hour deal. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since I updated. Thank you for all the kind comments on Instagram and on my last video. One question I've been seeing a lot is asking who the designer was for the Elizabeth I as a princess. And I bought it from Etsy from a shop called The Art of Cross Stitch. I'll link it below. And the owner's name is Lauren. Lauren's from Malaysia, and I just want to read a little blurb about her. She says, "My mom started me on her love of cross stitch. She died when I was 10, and one thing I remembered about her is seeing her huge framed cross stitch work on the wall. That's how I knew she loved cross stitching. I started stitching in my early 20s, and after stitching for a decade, started to learn how to design cross stitch. I have my own quirks, things I like, things I don't like about charts. I asked a lot of folks too, and with their feedback I came up with the Art of Stitch designs adapted from amazing works of art. What I wanted was an easy to stitch cross-stitch design charts that are easy to follow and not a chart that gives you perpetual headaches. So now we have it. You can stitch a Da Vinci artwork or a Monet easily with our color charts. We are proud to now have over 500 designs in our repertoire, so you will have many to choose from. Lost where I was. Our designs are sold across the globe. So they have a website, which I'll also link down below. And then looks like 3 Etsy shops. The Art of Cross Stitch, needleandcrafts.etsy.com, theartofappliques.etsy.com. I'll link everything down below. I thought it was very interesting. She does seem to have a lot of famous works of art that she's charted or whatever. So that's that. So that is where I got the Elizabeth I pattern. Now, we're gonna move into some goodies, right? So, I have only bought one thing in the last couple weeks, and that is this. Thank you. I think it was Michelle, or somebody. I don't remember who. Somebody was showing a bunch of like Lizzie Kates, so I've got a bunch of Lizzie Kates in my cart on like eBay and a couple other places, I think. I need to do it because Lizzie Kate will be hard to come by. But I bought this. It's a Little House Needleworks, my first ever Little House Needleworks, and it's the Hometown Holiday 2015 chart number 10. It's the tree lot, and I'm gonna try to find more of them because I think those will be really fun to stitch. So that was my only purchase. Large haul, I know, right? My only purchase. Then if you follow me on Instagram, you will know I had a finish. I don't think I finished it before I did the last video, did I? So I had to finish my Prairie Schooler. Who's There? I think it was Who's There. Man, now I'm like second guessing myself. Let me look at the chart. Yeah, I was right. Who's There? Little House Needleworks. It's not FFO'd, and when I cut it, I was trying to salvage a bunch, so I think I can make this little edge work. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm gonna frame it. So there's that. So now that's 2 for 2018 that I've gotten finished. It's not FFO'd. I think I just said I FFO'd it. Oh well, whatever. It's not FFO'd, neither of them are. So I need to FFO it, put it in a frame, all of that. So there's that. I was pretty happy by that. Then on to whips. I've done a lot of work on things, but it doesn't feel like I've done a lot. I've only worked on a handful of pieces. I didn't touch the Elizabeth piece. I am my first one. Maybe try to smooth out some of it. Is this, and it's another Prairie Schooler. It is called Night Flight. So that's what that looks like, Night Flight. And there's where I am again. So not a whole lot. I mean, it's a good chunk. I got the top border done. Started working down here. Then I got bored when I ran out of the thread right there. So then I did the moon and started working on the end of the witch's broom. So there's that. That one's been a lot of fun. The hoop, so I keep switching, stitching in hand sometimes with it, just like I did on the Who's There. And then sometimes I use this little spring hoop. I love this thing because then I can easily maneuver it wherever I need it in the piece. So there's that. That's that's Night Flight. Excuse me. I finished Who's There. So that's Night Flight. I'm hoping to have that one finished here the end of April. I'm gonna give me a generous amount of time. I'm hoping to finish it by the end of April. Then, so I didn't do, you know, I need to really just pull out my August Peridot Fairy because I really don't have that much to go on her. I mean, I do, but I don't, right? I'll just show you. I didn't work on her, but I'll show you. I mean, she really doesn't have that far to go. And then I'll be able to start beating her up and then washing the grids out and all of that. But really not too far to go. So I'm gonna make it a goal. And Michelle, I saw your comment. I replied. She asked why I make you guys wait so long between my videos. I've just been really busy, and so, you know, some weeks I'm like, I don't feel like doing a video. I feel like stitching and watching Netflix and whatever. I'm gonna make it a goal for 2018 to start doing weekly videos again. And so I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna film a video next week, next Friday. And I want to have worked on Miss Peridot Fairy. So I've now put it out into the universe. So if I don't, you guys hold me accountable, please. Next that ooh, shit. Part of my French. Just threw my flosses everywhere. Next is my Nephews Stocking. So, show you what it looks like. It's a reindeer. So there's that. And it's out of a book I got from Hobby Lobby called The Christmas Stockings. It's by Leisure Arts, and then it says Hirschner's. So they've got several different stockings. I thought that the reindeer one was perfect for my nephew. They even have a dog and a cat one, which I thought would be really cute to stitch up for my dogs. But I want to get my nephew's done first because this year it'll be his second Christmas. And yeah. Then here is my progress. So I got the whole top piece done, put his name down. It's Remington. It was very interesting. So it's got these little triangles right here, which makes this space not very long, and his name is pretty long. So what I ended up having to do, because I've got a cross-stitch design program, I calculated how many squares, how many stitches this little box was, just inside these little triangles, and I used the lettering that they provided with the pattern, and I had to alter a couple of things. I think the ends I had to alter, and maybe the I had to alter. To get his name to fit, and it fits perfectly. So that N is touching the triangles, the R is touching the triangles. So there's that. I'm pretty proud. Got the antlers probably halfway done, I think. That's a finished piece of an antler. Started working on that antler. So there's that. This one's a lot of fun. I don't know what the fabric is. I think it's a 28 count. I bought it from my local L&S, and they didn't have the one that was called for. I wanted to do it on the called for fabric, but they didn't have a large enough piece for me. So they pulled this one out, and I actually truthfully like this one better than the called for, because the called for was a solid kind of beigey green tinted neutral, and I liked all the modeling here, so I got that. The needle minders. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I posted a little card of needle minders I had made, and this one's a little blue pony. I was going to post them to Etsy, but the issue is when I ordered my magnets, now somebody said that I could get them from like Lowe's or Home Depot or something, so I'm going to check those places. When I ordered the magnets, I didn't realize, I mean, I guess I have no concept of size, so I didn't realize how small they were going to be. So they're itty bitty right there. You can see the back of it. And because it's itty bitty, the issue I have, so here's my needle, is it sticks. It does stick, but it doesn't seem like it's very sticky, and I was afraid that they were gonna fall off. So I end up just sticking it under to the magnet, and then it holds it securely. So I still want to make those needle minders, and I will. Blue's my favorite color, which is why I snagged that one. I do have others, but I'm gonna get the bigger magnets so then I can make the bigger needle minders. Or not bigger needle minders, but put the bigger magnets so it'll have a better hold. Oh, hashtag there's my back. Not too bad. I do carry the threads, and I'm not ashamed of it. So, it is what it is. I'm just too lazy. This one, like I said, I think it's a 28 count, and I'm stitching 2 threads on it, and it's a linen. I don't think, you might be able to tell, but it's a linen. It's a 28 count, I think. Anyway, so there's that. It's my Nephews Stocking. Then I stitched a little on this guy. And I never take them out of the hoops. I should. Anyway. I should for these videos at least. So, this is a little tiny sampler, and it's from the Just Cross Stitch February 2018 magazine, and oops, it is called the Small Winter Sampler, and that's that. So I'm pretty close to a finish on this one. I'm just playing around because of snow, and if you remember in my last video, I think I said that there's a decoration up here. It's not. It's the letter I, stitched in white. You can't see it. This line here is stitched in white. You can't see it. So I'm thinking of frogging out the I and then this line. And I'm thinking about mixing white with silver blending filament, maybe? I don't know. I need to find something that'll make it pop. Because I chose the light oatmeal, of course, my favorite. One of my favorites. And white on light oatmeal does not mix. So, there's that. But it's looking pretty cool. I like it. It's coming along quite nicely. This one's in a hoop by, I don't know, Clover or something. But I got it at Joann's, I think. So there's that. And that is, well, no, that's not all. So I know that I talked about buying that 5 Seasons of Quilts book. It's also by Leisure Arts. Got it at Hobby Lobby. It's a Hirschner's. It's Hirschner's Leisure Arts 5 Seasons of Quilts. And I'm pulling it up here. Cross-stitching Darlene, all spoons, no forks, on YouTube. She had commented, great video. I also have the same leaflet on the 5 quilts. Maybe a Sal could be in order sometime in the future. I would love to do a Sal, and she said to PM her on Instagram. I need to. I haven't. Sorry. I'll PM you today. The itch was strong with this one. The itch was strong. I did start it. It's not a big start, so if we do a sal, or when we do a sal, I'm going to say, I'm not too terribly far, but there it is. I started on the maypole. So I do still want to do a sal. Now, I'm stitching it on, as you can see, my original plan was to do it on that white Ada that I had bought. And then after I had attempted to do my, I still have the remnants here, my 1/1 for my Hade, and decided I could no longer do that. That's 1/1 right there. And that's all the further I got before I said, you know what, screw this, I'm done, I can't do 1/1, not happening. So then I started stitching this 2/1, or 2/2. And it's a lot better. It's an enjoyable piece of fabric. I love the fabric. It's not the fabric's fault. I just personally cannot do 1/1. It hurts my eyes, it hurts my brain, it hurts everything. Especially stitching the dark colors, because you're not going to be able to tell, but that's like 2 or 3 colors right there, quite honestly. And, you know, if you know anything about Hades, or anything that's similar to Hade, it's that they have multiple shades of the same color or similar colors, and so you may have black, brown, dark brown, all of that stuff, and they all look very similar, especially once you're doing 1/1. I couldn't do it, so I started stitching that, and I don't know what else I'll stitch on that fabric. Probably the whole series of the 5-season quilts. Anyway, so I'll PM you cross-stitching Darlene, and I'll also PM Gulf Coast Stitcher. So those are a couple shout-outs, and then of course I shouted Bendy, Stitchy, Michelle. I think that's it. Yeah, go check out, you know, Gulf Coast Stitcher. I'll link her below. Bendy Stitchy, I'll link her below. And cross-stitching Darlene, go check her out. Otherwise, that's it. So apparently I am doing very short videos, and I'm okay with that. Why not? I had a lot of progress, so I'm letting my beard grow in again, and letting my hair, look at this mop. Anyway, so I'm gonna go get some stitching in before going to work and all of that. So until next week, have a happy stitchy week, and I'll see you all next time.